Every few years, an invisible force drives millions of animals to surge across continents, then plummet back into obscurity. This relentless rhythm dictates life and death, an ancient pulse echoing through every ecosystem on Earth. Nature thrives on grand oscillations, a constant ebb and flow governing populations, migrations, and even entire biomass. These dramatic rise and fall patterns aren't random. They represent fundamental energy transfers and ecological balances. Understanding these cycles reveals the intricate, often brutal, dance between survival and environmental pressures. Consider the vast migrations of wildebeest across the Serengeti, a journey driven by the seasonal rise and fall of rain. Millions move in unison, following the green flush of new grass, then receding as the dry season claims the land. This epic trek sustains countless predators and scavengers, creating a vibrant, dynamic food web in its wake. But these visible movements are merely one facet of a deeper, more pervasive natural phenomenon. From microscopic plankton blooms to towering redwood forests, all life participates in cycles of growth and decline. These patterns are not just observed. They are woven into the very fabric of existence for every living creature. Scientists suggest these rhythms are crucial for ecosystem resilience, preventing stagnation and fostering adaptation. One compelling example unfolds in the frigid northern forests, the classic predator-prey dynamic between lynx and snowshoe hare. For centuries, trapper records have documented a striking, almost perfectly synchronized 10-year population cycle for both species. Imagine a vast forest where hare populations explode, reaching astonishing densities across the snowy landscape. Abundant food means successful reproduction, leading to a rise in prey numbers, attracting more predators. This initial surge provides an easy bounty for lynx, whose own populations begin to rise in response to plentiful meals. But that's not the strangest part of this interconnected biological ballet. As lynx numbers peak, their increased hunting pressure eventually decimates the once thriving hare population. The fall of the hare population soon follows, with vast swaths of forest becoming eerily quiet and empty. With their primary food source dwindling, lynx populations inevitably crash, facing starvation and reduced reproductive success. Wait until you hear what comes next. The cycle doesn't simply stop there. It resets with remarkable precision. With fewer lynx hunting, the remaining hare individuals have a chance to recover, and their numbers begin to climb again. This oscillatory dance, fueled by birth rates, death rates, and environmental carrying capacity, repeats endlessly across generations. Experts now understand that food availability and predation pressure are the primary drivers of this iconic oscillation. Yet the story doesn't end with simple consumption. It involves complex behavioral and physiological adaptations. When hare populations are high, they become less vigilant, making them easier targets for agile predators. Conversely, during population lows, hares exhibit heightened stress responses, further impacting their reproductive output. And then something unexpected happened. Some scientists observed that plant defenses also play a subtle role. Overbrowsed vegetation develops chemical deterrents, making it less nutritious for hares, contributing to their population decline. This adds another layer of complexity, demonstrating how tightly interwoven these natural feedback loops truly are. Similarly, ocean tides, driven by lunar gravity, create a predictable rise and fall influencing coastal ecosystems profoundly. Imagine a rocky shore exposed twice daily, then submerged, revealing a transient world of resilient marine life. Barnacles, mussels, and crabs have evolved ingenious ways to cope with this constant, dramatic environmental fluctuation. As the tide rises, new feeding opportunities emerge for fish and seabirds, bringing a surge of activity. But the ocean's influence extends far beyond mere exposure and submersion, impacting life unseen. When the tide falls, intertidal zones become vulnerable, forcing creatures to adapt or perish under the sun. These tidal rhythms dictate spawning cycles, migratory patterns, and the very structure of coastal food webs globally. It's like a gigantic, slow-motion breath, expanding and contracting the aquatic world for billions of organisms. The consistency of this rise and fall is astounding, a planetary clock regulating life on Earth's edges. Even tiny organisms adhere to these cycles, demonstrating the universal reach of natural oscillatory patterns. What if these cycles were disrupted? The implications are truly profound for all life forms. This intricate balance ensures genetic diversity and prevents any single species from permanently dominating an ecosystem. These patterns are not just academic curiosities. They have profound real-world consequences for entire ecosystems. The rise and fall of salmon runs, for instance, nourishes forests, bears, and indigenous communities across continents. When salmon numbers decline due to environmental shifts or human activity, the entire food chain suffers dramatically. This cascading effect highlights the delicate interconnectedness of all living things within these natural rhythms. Experts emphasize that disrupting these cycles, even subtly, can trigger unforeseen and devastating ecological imbalances. Consider the impact on migratory birds, whose journeys depend on predictable seasonal blooms of insects or fruits. A change in the timing of these rises and falls could lead to widespread reproductive failure and population crashes. Why it matters is clear. Maintaining these natural oscillations is vital for planetary health and biodiversity. It underscores humanity's responsibility to understand and protect the complex, rhythmic pulse of the natural world.
These enduring patterns demonstrate nature's remarkable resilience and its capacity for self-regulation over vast timescales.
They offer invaluable lessons about sustainability, balance, and the interconnectedness of all life forms on Earth. The intellectual payoff is immense, revealing a hidden layer of order beneath the apparent chaos of nature. We gain a deeper appreciation for the ancient wisdom embedded within these powerful, recurring cycles. Protecting these natural rhythms means safeguarding the intricate web of life that sustains us all globally. Ultimately, ignoring these fundamental oscillations comes at our own peril, threatening the very systems we depend upon. From the synchronized pulse of predator and prey to the relentless beat of the ocean's tides, rise and fall defines life. These powerful, ancient rhythms remind us of nature's profound wisdom and its unbreakable, everlasting cycles. If you found this journey fascinating, subscribe for more incredible stories and share your thoughts in the comments.